I'm Dave Stafford. I'm a technology application specialist for Caterpillar. I'm here at Trimble Dimensions. We are showcasing our Cat Connect solutions, products, and services. We can help the customer improve with productivity, equipment management, safety, and sustainability. We're here to show our technology and how our technology can help in all those areas. We have quite a large list of technology and service offerings to help with those. We have quite a number of solutions available to the customer that are offered to the customer from the CAT dealer and from the partnership with our SiteTech dealers. For equipment management solutions, we offer technology to get machine health and knowledge of fuel burn, many machine parameters through telematics. We install a device on the machine and we know where the machine is via GPS and many parameters about the operation of that machine. Equipment management also helps me make sure that I have the right fleet on the job site, that I have the right machines where they need to be. I can understand how productive the machines are being. If they're not being used, I can use them elsewhere, move them down the road. We have grade control systems. The product link devices will help productivity, again, by knowing where the machines are being used and how they're being used, whether the machine is idling, whether it's working. If the machine is idling excessively, that's an opportunity for operator training. Machine control systems help the machine become more productive by doing it right the first time, getting the grade quicker, and being more accurate, saving material. That feeds into sustainability. We affect sustainability by saving fuel, being more efficient with the machine, not doing the work twice. And lastly, we help safety. We know where the machines are. We can set up a geofence and get an alert that tells the operator in the office that he's in the wrong place. He shouldn't be there. If the machines are operating outside of normal operating hours, they shouldn't be operating at night. We can set an alert and we'll let the owner know that the machine is operating outside of predetermined times. Also with safety, machine control helps minimize the number of grade checkers that are around the machine, minimizing the chance of having an accident with the machine and the person on the ground. Caterpillar, we have many technology solutions. Some of that includes machine control systems for most of our earth moving related machines. We have systems for excavators, motor graders, bulldozers, asphalt and soil compactors, pavers, virtually all the machines that Caterpillar makes. On the show floor, we have an asphalt compactor and we also have an excavator, and we can walk through what systems we have and that we're showing. And I will point out some of the components that we have been developing in conjunction with Trimble. Our partner Trimble helps us develop those systems. So on a compactor, we have an asphalt compactor today. The compactor system the process needs to be consistent. And these tools, these technology tools, are a way to provide that consistency. If the operator is out and he's meant to roll the asphalt a certain number of times to achieve the correct density, the system can indicate when he has achieved the correct number of passes. He doesn't want to over roll it because that's a waste of fuel and time, and actually can start to degrade the surface. So he wants to get the compaction that he needs and then stop. I will walk you through the screens and show you some of the information that is fed back to the operator to help him do his job more efficiently. So on this screen right here, it's just going to cycle through some various screens that are available. First, you can use this display in many different languages, so it can be used around the world to help operators do their job. In this screen, I have a set for a target number of passes of 4. And it will start to indicate as I move forward. It'll paint a color. Right now I've got gold, so that's 1 pass. This is 2 passes in the red. There's a bit of overlap, so now I'm getting blue. And as I go, and I correct, every time I get a four pass, which is my target, it will turn green. And my object is to paint the screen green and not to have any gaps. I don't want to miss any area. So it gives him a visual cue of where he's been and where he needs to go, where he hasn't gone yet. So here he's starting over again with gold color on this side of the road, and it also maps the temperature so he can assure that it's being correctly compacted at the correct temperature, because there's a specific range that's optimal to do the compaction on asphalt. Also on the show floor today, we have an excavator with CAT grade control. CAT grade control is a factory installed grade control system that gives the operator information about how deep he's digging and at what slope. He can dig a level slope or a positive or negative slope. It's a very basic system. The way it works is we have several sensors that feed into the machine, and it will be displayed in a display to indicate how deep he's digging. So the sensors measure where the bucket teeth are, the tips of the bucket teeth. There's a sensor on the bucket, again the position sensing cylinder. We have a sensor on the joint between the boom and the stick, and that measures the stick angle. We also have a sensor on the boom base pin that measures the angle of the boom. We also have a pitch and roll sensor on the car body, and that tells us if the machine is sitting level. All those four sensors feed into the ECM, the electronic control module of the excavator. The calculations are made for depth, and it feeds in and is displayed in front of the operator on the machine's built-in machine display. There's a section of real estate on that display that's dedicated to grade control, and he will get visual cues and audio cues as to how close he is as he approaches grade. The system is an indicate system, so it does not automatically control the hydraulics, but the operator at all times knows where grade is, so he is more confident in approaching grade. Without this system, he can slow down. Typically he will slow down because he doesn't want to go too deep. He will take bucketfuls, and when he starts to think he's near grade, he'll take smaller scoops. With the knowledge of where grade is, he has a tendency to take full scoops and get to grade faster, increasing productivity. So all of our machines have the capability of having a product link device added to them, and actually it doesn't even need to be a CAT machine. It could be any machine that you want to keep track of. Our system is developed so that it doesn't care what machine brand you have. You will look at, when you open up VisionLink, which is the website you go to see the data coming off your machines, you can see a fleet view. Here's a list of machines here that show what type of machine it is, the asset ID, the serial number of the machine, what make and model it is, hour meter, odometer, if it has one, the last known status of the product link device, the last date it reported, if there were any alerts with that machine, and the location of that machine. And then through Google Maps, you will see a location of all these machine assets at an instant view. You can also view alerts. Here's a list of alerts that are on these machines, and also what date and the description of that alert. So in this case, we have an excavator that exited a site. Here it entered a site. In this case, we had a scheduled oil sampling alert that you need to look at. Here's some service due alerts. Here's some more entry and exits to a site. Underneath the health tab here, you can get fault codes, and you can also get events that are operator induced. Would indicate maybe the machine is overloaded. So I've expanded this one. This is an event. This is an operator induced event that he's overloaded the machine. That needs to have some training happen. Here is another payload limit exceeded. Lots of payload exceeded here. They're medium. You need to act on them, but they're not immediately going to hurt the machine. If the alert is red, that means you need to probably shut that machine down and act on it right away. We also have under the health tab fluid analysis. If you subscribe to service SOS, scheduled oil sampling services from your CAT dealer, when the sample is taken from the machine, it goes through the lab, the report comes right into VisionLink here. You click on the hyperlink, it will show you what the results of that lab were. It'll be yellow if you need to monitor it. It will be red if there's something that needs to be acted on immediately, and it's green. If it's green, you have a good test. Also under the Health tab is tire monitoring. We can put a Trimble tire pulse system on the machine valve stems and monitor the pressure and the temperature of those machines, and also the health of the sensor itself. Tires are an expensive part of the machine, and we want to monitor and make sure those tires are healthy. We also can do walk-around inspections of a machine using our mobile app, and you can take pictures and make notes. Here's some inspections. It tells where it was done, the date, who inspected it. It needs some action here because it lacked grease. So that comes right into VisionLink, and you know what needs to be done on your machine to keep it healthy. We have a maintenance tab that helps you schedule maintenance for the machine. This is a demo fleet, so we have something in here to show you. We have several preventative maintenance intervals that need to be acted on. If I double click on it, it takes me to a dashboard or an asset detail telling me what needs to be done in that service interval. We also have independent intervals that you can custom create yourself. So many people that have machine control on their machines, you can put that in here and say, I want to inspect my machine control system. I want to do the calibration of that system on a periodic basis. That can be put right in here. Again, this is a system that doesn't care if it's a CAT machine or any other kind of machine. It doesn't even need to be a machine. It can be an asset like a hammer. It could be a laser. It could be any tool or any asset that you have, and you can track it in this system. We also have utilization, and this is a big feature that customers love. We can tell hours and location, where that machine has been operating. We can look at asset utilization. I can know when it's being used, hour meter, how much it's idling, how much is on the clock for odometer, working versus runtime, idle time, distance traveled, and so on. Lots of information here. If I go to fuel utilization, it will give me the information about the fuel. It will tell me total fuel burned, idle fuel, how much fuel was burned working and idling. You want to drive down idling. Idling is wasting fuel and wear and tear on the machine. You want to keep that machine working. You also have asset operation, so I can tell during what days of the week when that machine ran. If it's not being used very much, I may want to move it to another job where I can better utilize that machine. This is a demo machine, so it doesn't get used that often. So this is not a production machine. So there's lots of information available. I was looking at the tabs underneath a single machine. If I look at it underneath the fleet view, I can see a total gallon burned while working and while idling. I can see by day. I have a wide number of days shown here, but let me look at the month. So here's over the past few months how much fuel I've been using working and idling. If you hover over it, it gives you the specific number. You can also get a graph that tells you how much time I'm idling for my fleet or working. And also here's an average for the fleet. If I want to compare assets and see what each one is doing, I hit asset comparison. I get some of that basic information in the table form, and then also here's a comparison of each asset. Every once in a while you'll see a blue line, a blue bar. That just means that machine does not have knowledge of it, doesn't understand if it's working or idling. You need to have an ECM on the machine in order to get that information. So that's an older machine. So that's just a quick run through of our booth here at Trimble Dimensions. We just showed you a couple of examples of machine control and a little bit about our equipment management capability using VisionLink and ProductLink. We have many more tools available in our arsenal to help you be more productive and make sure that your machines are healthy and that you're making more money.